What up? Evening stream. Who would have guessed it? That's me doing rap horns. Okay, let's see how this goes. We're doing you know, little bit of a evening stream. A little, oh shit, concussion protocol. A little legs Benedict on the evening. Normally we're live at like 5:30 or 5:30. Normally we're live at like 6:30 a.m. Now we're live at close to like 6:30 p.m. Check us out. Dude, they're just putting AI into everything. And I don't want it. But that's okay. Blah, blah. We'll jump back over here. We'll see how this is going. Hopefully, I mean, we haven't streamed in a couple days. Life is getting in the way. Oh, dude. See ya! Burr, 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 burr. Dude, what's good, man? Good morning. Normally it's dude, normally it's evening. Now we're starting your day together. What's up, brother? Could it get any better? I mean, I don't know. Good morning. We're gonna have a good Thursday. What? I mean, for you, it's Thursday. It's trippy. Yeah. I mean, dude, I get it. It's tough with the kids, man. Dude, Equips, night stream. Yes, sir. We're doing a little remix on the what's it called? On the schedule. We're gonna give it a shot and see how this goes. And yeah, we're just we're mixing it up. And we got the chat merged too, so everybody's having fun. We're all having a good time here, and yeah, yes sir. See, Equips is on good old YouTube, and yeah, guys, thanks for being here. We're totally mixing it up. Full new time slot, so. Dude, Hage Higaman showing up for the evening. I mean, again, for you, it's probably, must be morning or like middle of the night. So, Discord was hacked if I messaged you. Sorry, it wasn't me. Dude, you're good, man. Stuff happens. Dude, check us out. We're all hanging out again, just a different time slot for a little leg day. Oh, you deleted the past Discord? All good, man. I think I obviously don't have Discord pulled up, but I know you put up some cool art that you were doing. I think one of them was it Guts from Berserk. I can't fully remember. Actually, I can just sit right here. I don't know where I'm going. Oh. You know, don't gotta hop zoom into the merge chat. Dude, Eclipse, if it's too small, I can make it bigger. Just let me know. I guess I didn't want it to be too distracting, but real quick I can. we can, here we go, what do we do? Properties. Bum, bum. And let's make it a little bit bigger. I don't know. Maybe this will help. Does that help at all, or does that make things worse? Oh, I totally jacked it up. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Sorry. All right. You want to see my distractions? I'll do my best. Undo. I know. Sorry, guys. I botched it. I made I think I made the width just a little bit bigger to make the text a little bit bigger, and then I messed up making the whatever. It's fixed now. You guys get it. But how's everybody doing? Happy Wednesday evening for some people. Happy Thursday morning for some of the others. Hope your weeks are going well. Things have been, on this side, been a little wacky. Just with, honestly, like life and stuff. Work has been crazy. Daylight savings got the kids going just goblin mode in the evenings. But we're bouncing back. We're bouncing back, that is for sure. Depending on how sustainable this time slot is, this may be the move going forward. Because sometimes that 5:15 alarm goes off and I'm just, dude, your boy does not have it. We're just not feeling it. So yeah, that's what all we got. We're gonna warm up, do a little leg action. Hopefully not be out here too late. Been barely consistent with 5 a.m. workouts on YouTube. Yeah, dude, the 5 a.m. time slot definitely it wears you down. It's like death by 1,000 little paper cuts, where you wake up a couple times and it's like, oh, I'm a little bit tired, but we're gonna tough it out. And then another day, oh, we're a little bit tired, we're gonna tough it out, all that stuff. And then eventually you just hit a wall at some point. And and that was happening with me. And it was getting just brutal trying to wake up in the mornings, but now maybe we're gonna be a little evening crew. I'm decently sensitive to caffeine, so we'll just have to not have it too late. Otherwise I won't be able to sleep. So, ugh. So you already know, kicking things off, good old belt squats. So it's been a hot minute since we've trained. I need to get all this shit out of the way. It's been a hot minute since we've had a decent lower body session, but today that all changes, I hope. And we get back on the horse. or whatever people say. So. See, now I never understood daylight savings. I'm gonna get back to work. Leg day today, your quads are crushed. Yeah, what'd you hit today? Equips. And dude, see ya. Always good seeing you, man. Have a good Thursday. Hope you have a good one, dude. I know it's a different time slot. Dude, Pan, what's up, man? We're doing a little evening stream here in the US. We're mixing it up a bit, trying to accommodate life and stuff a little bit better. I know this is like a total switch up from when we're normally doing all this, so. Pan's reaction is all of us. Dude, I know. We're just total curveball. It's like when you see like when you were in elementary school and you would see your teacher at like the mall or something and you wouldn't know how to react. It's like, dude, what are you doing here? You're messing our whole flow up. You're not supposed to be here at this time. But we're switching it up. We're switching it up. I also feel like I have a bit more energy than at, super early where I'm just like dragging my ass out here. At least now, I've been awake for 12 hours at least, so. Ugh. Ugh. I think the only issue with this time slot is the kids are such a wild card. We just never know how they're gonna be, so. Whew. Just want to make sure it was really you because I was just ready to go to bed because of work. Yeah, dude, it's me. Live and in the flesh. Just, cause what? For you, Pan, it's what, 1 a.m.? Thereabouts, because of the time change? Or the time difference, rather. It's close, what, like 6 hours? Almost 2, okay. Yeah, dude, go to bed. My dad always used to say, nothing good happens past midnight, you know? He'd say, you're not cool for staying up late. Go to bed. So, yeah, dude, Pan, thanks for being here, man. I know it was a total mix-up being here at this hour, but hey, sleep well, King. Do what you gotta do. So we've got 160 loaded up, and I'm looking at our spreadsheet and everything to see what we've got for today. We've got 185. So we'll do one more warm up, and then we'll start getting after it. And maybe we'll do a little. Mix up the angle a little bit. Get some of that high quality production value. See how this goes. All right. So last warm up. 160. Oh. No, I knew we were training legs today, and I work from home, and was able to do a little bit of hip mobility and stuff in between some meetings and things that I had. Ugh. So I'm not super stiff, but hip and ankle mobility is and kind of always has been a challenge for me, so it is an ongoing struggle to not be stiff as a board. So anyways, we will you guys probably can't hear it, but my knees are just like just crunching in between these reps. Okay. All right. There we go. So, last warm up. Everything's feeling pretty good, all things considered. Oh, maybe just a wee bit stiff, but we'll throw one last 25 on. So we got 185 loaded up, and that will be our working weight on the day. So there we go. Because the city is haunted by ghosts from broken homes. Homes. That's it. This is Alexis on Fire. Good band, good song. Highly recommend. Check them out. If you're into what's that, like post-hardcore music? They're Canadian. Shout out Canada. That is not what's playing in the background, because we will get copyright struck. All right. Cool. We're good. So, first compound on the day. So again, we're following a upper, lower, pull, push legs. So we hit everything twice. So 2 times a week frequency as a family man with 2 young kids and a job. This training split for now is the most sustainable for me. And Monday we did upper. Today we're doing our lower day. We took an unplanned off day yesterday because I was wiped out. But we're hitting lower today. And so first compound movement is belt squats, right? You could use a leg press, hack squat, back squat, front squat, pendulum squat. You could use a belt squat. Really kind of whatever you want. I like the belt squat because it's easy on my shoulders, like spine compression, axial loading, less fatiguing. And I can really use this as a way to kind of be the primary compound movement for my quads. So that's why we're here on the belt squat. I really like it. Yeah, works really well. So no complaints from me. Well, I do have one complaint. I wish it was deeper, so these handles were further in front of me because I have pretty long legs and long arms. And right here, I feel like I've got little alligator arms. And I don't love it. But we're going, 3 sets. 8 to 10. And again, the goal is to keep most of the tension in our quads and not shoot my hips up as the reps kind of progress throughout the set. Anyways, here we go. Come on. Okay. One down. Ugh. There we go. We will take it. Oh, you're 40 seconds in the past? Okay, well, when you catch up, here's a little dance for you. There's a Jim_professor on YouTube. He made a standing leg extension / curl. Jim. Standing leg extension. All right, let's take a look. Okay, that is not it. I caught that dance live in 4K. 1080p exclusively. Only 1080p. Okay, I should probably look him up on Jim_professor. Jim_professor. All right. Oh, his logo's cool. Globe grips. Interesting. A couple of our own products. All right, let's see what this guy's got. Interesting. I don't know how that would work. A standing extension. That is quite curious. He makes out at 360 potatoes. Yeah, I don't know. That would be interesting. I mean, I know like most of the rack manufacturers, right, have like leg rollers and things that you can put on. I've used a standing hamstring curl before, but never an extension. And it was a like commercial piece at 24 Hour Fitness or whatever. And it was fine. You know, kind of not my favorite. And I think now, I don't know, not to like overcorrect in the pursuit of like quote unquote optimal. But I think, you know, the tried and true kind of seated leg extension, where you can kind of set the seat back and train the quads in a more lengthened position. There's obviously some value to that as opposed to doing it standing, just like how, you know, a seated leg curl and being able to get the hamstrings in that lengthened position is slightly more optimal than a lying leg curl. So I don't know that I would necessarily be the one to jump on that specific, you know, piece of equipment. All right, here we go. Okay. Me quads. All right. I like the idea because of potential plate weighted double linkage reverse hypers. That just, that sounds like a lot, to be honest. I mean, at that point, I don't know, like plate weighted double linkage reverse hypers. I have no, like I get the words that you're saying. I don't have the mental image in my mind of what you mean. I mean, I know what a reverse hyper is, and I kind of get what you're saying. But again, at that point, I'm like, why not just buy a reverse hyper, or like a scout hyper, you know, the collapsible one that Rogue sells. Oh. I get a GHD or something. Ooh, all right, we have one more set. I'd say set 2 there. Got a little dicey towards the end. I had lizards in here the other day. Yeah, got a little dicey there towards the end, but you know, we have one more to go. So gotta make sure we push ourselves. This time slot, definitely a little toastier than the 6 a.m. time slot. But that's okay. Hopefully it cools, oh shit. Hopefully it cools down here in the next couple days. And we'll be all good to go. Ugh. I mean, especially because it gets dark at 5:30 now. So that's fun. All right. Let's do our last one. Oh, shit. Last one. Oy. And then we will transition to some hamstrings. All right. Here we go. Here we go, Bulldogs. Come on, 3 more. 9, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 3 more. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, shit. All right. Oh, 1 more. Oh, God. Ugh. Got a little dicey. Oh. Oh, Atlas, what's good, man? Good to see you. Dude, new time slot. How are you, man? Dude, I'm good. I'm, you know, a little out of breath. Trying out a new time slot, seeing how this works with work and the family and all that stuff. So we're mixing it up. But I'm good, man. How are you? If you look at Gym 80's Pure Craft leg extension, that double linkage helps keep the weight load arm between 35 on level systems from parallel. Okay. Are wide or narrow stance squats better? For quads, just wherever your hips open up when you land a jump. Yeah, I mean, like your hip anatomy is kind of gonna dictate wide versus narrow. Also, like mobility requirements, bar position as well. Also, if you're training, you know, your quads more for hypertrophy, you might do more of like a high bar squat, or you would do a hack squat and you would probably set your feet, or a leg press and you'd probably set your feet lower on the plate so you get more forward knee travel, and that would, you know, bias your quads more, versus a wider stance is going to bring in, you know, more of your hips and your glutes, like with a low bar squat. So it's hard to say. One's probably, like, I wouldn't say one is better or worse. It depends on what your goal is, really. You can kind of take it from there. So, Atlas, you're good too. Happy to hear it, man. What do you think of the new time slot? Are we pro evening or pro morning? What do you think? Yeah, clips on the wide versus narrow. What's your take? I'm curious what you think. I am obviously by no means an expert in this. Oh. I know enough to know that I don't know anything. You know, it's like the meme of the bell curve, where on the far end is the guy who clearly doesn't know anything, and in the middle of the bell curve, he's got like the hood up and he looks like a Jedi and he thinks he knows everything. And then the far end of the bell curve again is the guy who definitely doesn't know anything. First of all, rectum femoris is funny. But what causes the carrot-shaped leg? Big hip flexors or big rectus femoris? Geez. The carrot shape? I mean, overall, just total muscle mass, right, is going to be a big thing, right? So you need to make sure you have enough mass on your quads and your hamstrings. Dude, I am not a big, by no means am I an anatomy guy. Big hip flexors or big rectus femoris? I mean, I'm sure all of that helps. I think a bit of it too is going to be your tie-ins, right? Where your insertions are. So if you have like higher quad inserts, no matter what kind of shorts you wear, it'll always look like you don't train legs. Versus if you have lower quad inserts, right? Your quads will peek out underneath the bottom of your shorts a bit. I think in terms of like physique development, most people have underdeveloped hamstrings. So doing some sort of hinge movement, stiff leg deadlift, Romanian deadlift will be good. Yeah, Benjamin, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. But some sort of hip hinge movement to build, you know, glutes and hamstrings is going to be really important. Yeah, dude, it's hard to like which specific muscles, right? If you have big adductors and abductors, right, will give some pretty good mass to your legs as well. Ugh. So that's like, you know, the good girl machines, and then the good girl machines, and then the bad girl machines that people call them. So. Unless you're built like Lion Babylon. Yeah, I mean, what's her? Marissa Inda, she's a powerlifter. She has a very narrow stance low bar squat. And she's I think she qualifies for like USA PL Raw Nationals, or maybe she's like an IPF level lifter. I don't want to, you know, discredit her accomplishments, but she has a pretty narrow stance squats. Will they create unrealistic looking legs? I mean, I think if we're framing this in like the context of wanting a well-rounded and well-developed physique, I don't know how many individuals you will see that have such insanely developed adductors and abductors that they overpower the rest of their physique. I think, again, as long as you were doing some sort of like squat pattern, right? Back, high bar, low bar, leg press, belt squat, safety squat bar, pendulum squat, hack squat, right? Some sort of squat mimicking pattern if you're not doing a traditional back squat to develop, you know, mostly, hopefully, mostly quads. You'll get some hips involved, some adductors and abduction as well, those types of things. And then as long as you're doing some sort of hip hinge and then supplementing volume with like leg extensions or sissy squats or some type of hamstring curl, you know, some type of probably a standing calf raise or some sort of calf press on, you know, a leg press machine, something like that. That should contribute to a, you know, more well-rounded physique overall. But I don't think you'll see somebody just like abducting and adducting their physique to like insane proportions. I don't know. That's my thought. I've never competed, you know, so like on a bodybuilding stage, I'm a dude with a camera in his garage, so I will be the first one to admit that I do not know everything. But like if that's, I don't know, like if this is something you're pursuing, there are absolutely some really great resources online that are not, candidly, that are not, you know, the MeatHaus. Good reply, thanks. Yeah, dude, no worries. Like I said, I'll be the first one to tell you, I don't know, but I'm sure like the 3DMJ people, so like Eric Helms, Alberto Nunez, Greg Alberts, those people whose like whole careers are in natural bodybuilding and powerlifting, and they have like hundreds or maybe thousands of clients between them that they've coached, where they can talk through, like as a natural lifter, you know, what is sound programming for physique development in the context of natural bodybuilding or a physique-based sport, kind of whatever division you're interested in. So I would kind of push you there. those places. Too much adductors could lead to chafing. Yeah, you'll just like rip holes in your jeans because your legs will just be rubbing together all the time. So get some reinforced denim. That's a really good call out. Get some baby powder. So you're not just chafing all the time. All right, let's do some hamstrings and not hurt ourselves. All right, so we've got not much on the bar. We've got like 135. Been dealing with a little bit of hip discomfort. Might be from sitting at my computer all day, and I'm not overly mobile, but we're working on it. But we're gonna do some hip hinging to get our put some hamstring work in. I like using these, silly little blue straps. Oh yeah, Benjamin, you've already have some challenges. Well, yeah, gonna have to buy some. I don't know. You could look at Barbell Apparel. I don't know if they're I don't know if they're gimmicky or if they're actually like good quality jeans, but I know Basement Bodybuilding here on YouTube. He's sponsored by a bunch of them are sponsored by it. But I tend to watch his content, so it might be worth checking out their stuff for some jeans. All right, let's see how this goes. All right. It's not just the glutes and the abductors, it's the whole vibe. Have y'all seen Men's Wellness? I have not seen Men's Wellness. What is Men's Wellness? Is this like in between bodybuilding and Men's Wellness? What is this? What is this? Dude, I found this. I found this this Reddit post, and I don't think it's legit. There's a Greg Doucette video from 2024. Now we've seen it all, Men's Wellness category. Dude, I've never seen this. I have no context. Upcoming division in bodybuilding. Men's Wellness. Bodybuilding? I mean, hey, if what I'm seeing is what your, let's see what this is. San Moraes. Okay, I don't know who that is. San Moraes. Okay, I mean, if there is a group of individuals that this appeals to and, you know, that they want to compete in it, by all means, you know, do your thing. I don't know that it is a category that I personally have a lot of interest in, but I think it's good for the folks that appeals to. I just, not my thing, personally. So, but yeah, I did not know that was a thing. And it is not quite what I was expecting, to be honest. So, all right. Oy. Do you know when, like, I know you're saying like it's an upcoming division, but do you know when? Like, is it gonna be at the Olympia? I mean, I know the Olympia like just happened, but I mean like for next year. Ugh. All right. Here we go. Here we go, Bulldogs. Ooh, sorry if that was loud. You think it's mostly just Brazil at this point? Okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, people, yeah. I don't know, never heard of it until now. I mean, yeah, big adductors and abductors taken to its extreme. You are not wrong. You are not wrong there, my friend. I don't think I updated. Oh, it's only 7:30. And this computer says it's almost 8. Oh, because I didn't update my, the time on my Mac. All right. Whew. Oh, family group chat popping off. Apparently Costco has the delicious jalapeno cranberry dip. Wow, thanks, Mom. That is what I'm talking about. Whew. Can always rely on the group chat coming through with those tasty Costco finds. So thanks, Mom. She'll probably end up watching the VOD of this stream because she's probably the MeatHaus biggest supporter after my wife. So, Mom, if you're watching this, this one's for you. Oh. Dude, Eclipse, how's the day, by the way? How's your Wednesday? How's your Wednesday going? Ugh. Or maybe it's Thursday for you, I don't recall. Nonetheless, hope it's going well. All right. I'm gonna say tomorrow's my Friday, which is pretty cool. Because actual Friday is a wellness day at our company. So, that's pretty tight. Okay. Ugh. Here we go. Ooh. Okay. Whew. Andre Smayev dropped a what I eat daily short on his English channel. He doesn't actually eat anything. But it's more than my month's groceries. Had to watch a couple of mukbangs, gotta get these calories in me. Dude, the worst is when it's like, I don't know, 9 o'clock, and I open up my macro tracking app, and I'm like 600 calories behind. And dude, oh, what is this? Best viewers on streamboo.com. And just like that, you gotta get banned, I'm sorry. We don't need any bot viewers on our fun little lifting stream. But yeah, dude, I bet he eats. What he eats in a day is probably pretty. Dude, he's freaking so huge. Like, he's comically huge. Man. Dude, look at him next to Nick Walker. Jesus. Yeah. What a just beefy human. Yeah, 600 is a lot to make up. Dude, it is. I mean, I've got a little bit of, we got a little lactose intolerance. Not too much, but we got a little bit of that going. And got to be somewhat careful with my dairy. I end up just going right for my daughter's snacks, which is helpful. So, you know, a little pack of gummy bear, or not gummy bears, but a little pack of gummies that she has. That's like 60 calories. You know, a couple Fig Newton bars. That's like 200 calories. Ugh. A couple pieces of Dave's Killer Bread. That's like 250 calories. You know, I'm just carbing my way. Ugh. To my last little bit. helps. Another thing that helps is I eat a lot of oats. I like prep overnight oatmeal, usually, and that by itself, kicking off the day, is usually like, I think it's like 700 carbs. It's like 700 calories. But dude, all that fiber, it gets to you. By like noon, I'm a methane factory. I'm just so fucking gassy with all the carbs and all the oats. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. We gotta get out of here soon. Jeez. Gotta try A2. What's A2? What is that? A2? Is that like a lactose-free milk or something? Because I do a, what's it called? Fairlife. So it's like filtered and lactose-free milk. Oh, that seems, well, not seems, that does work really well, but I've never heard of A2 before. Ooh. A2 milk, okay. Yeah, I'll have to look that up, I've never heard of it. All right, we're at 57 minutes. Okay. We've got, just a wee bit more to do. And then we'll get out of here. Oh. Okay. So just looking at a good old A2 is a different lactose protein, sorta inactivated, you don't know. Eh, it's fine. I mean, just keeping it a buck. Ugh. We've been having like Fairlife, you know, filtered lactose-free milk for so long that like I'm on it, my wife's on it. Ugh. I mean, sometimes our daughter has it, but she mostly drinks whole milk. So it's probably too late to make the adjustment for our household, and it's probably not an option to do it just for me. But good to know that A2 is an option. Whew. Poor little tin man. Oh. All right, so we're gonna hit our leg extensions. We'll do some hamstring curls, and then it's time to hit some dinner. Oh, I don't think we have any rice made, so I'm gonna have to make that. Oh, I'm pretty sure my wife already ate. And yeah, a little dinner, a little Netflix. Get to bed by like 10 or 11. Pretty nice little evening lined up, I must say. All right. Oh, dude, Eclipse, how was your Halloween? Do anything fun? Any parties? Dress up at all? Candy? Oh, I might have mentioned this to you. Our daughter's super into Spider-Man at the moment, so she dressed up as Gwen, AKA Ghost Spider, and our son went as Spider-Man in his little Spider-Man PJs, so that was fun. Did the whole, walk the neighborhood thing. It was a nice time. All right. Oh, sweet taste and umami. Okay, is what I miss when I do lactose free. Yeah, I get what you mean. What do we got on Netflix? Dude, we're watching this show called Animal Kingdom. And it actually, according to Netflix, it's leaving Netflix by like November 30th, I think, or maybe December 1st. I don't know, end of this month. It's going away. But it's based off of an Australian movie of the same name, but they turned it into a show, and I think it was on like FX, maybe something like that, maybe TNT. I don't know. It's some like network show, but it has 6 seasons, and my mom and older sister were telling me and my wife, they were like, you guys gotta watch Animal Kingdom. It's really good. And at the time, my wife and I were watching Yellowstone. And I don't know if you've seen Yellowstone. I'm not gonna spoil it for you or for everybody. But didn't hit with us all that much after a certain point. So then we jumped over to start watching Animal Kingdom. And it's pretty good. It's pretty entertaining. There's 6 seasons. We're halfway through season 4 at the moment. Yeah, I recommend it. And it's about a crime family, not crime family, like mob or anything, but like they're a family that commits crimes. And they're based out of like Southern California, like San Diego, Oceanside, South Orange County is like where it takes place, and that's where me and my wife are from, so it kind of resonates a little bit more with us, because we're like, oh, we know where that is in Newport Beach. We've been there. Like, oh, we know exactly where that is in Oceanside. We've been there. And so for us, it's kind of cool, but it also helps that the show is pretty good and it's entertaining. Like all shows, there's some characters that are just like unbearably annoying. And as a 6-season show will do, there's pretty good character development, and it's interesting and it's entertaining. So, Animal Kingdom on Netflix. You have 25 days to watch 6 seasons. Oh, just shy, big dog. What's up, Shy? We're doing some leg extensions. Oh, all right. And we're talking Animal Kingdom. Best show ever. There you go. Quips, there's another endorsement. I stick to YouTube and whatever drama gets going in the fitness industry. Dude, are you, I know you said YouTube, are you on, are you on TikTok where the like science-based lifting community on TikTok is like imploding and like people are freaking out because, you know, Jeff Nippard put out a video where he's doing like low volume, high intensity, kind of following the like Mike Menser approach when for the longest time he was like volume is king, volume is king, volume is king, and he like puts out his own programs where people are doing like 20 sets like a week per muscle group, and then now he's doing like low sets and people are debating like what does optimal mean and like strength curves and lever arms and all the people who were like you should never do, you know, a pressing movement for your chest, you should only do fly movements because flies are, you know, more stable, quote unquote more stable, and like train the muscle fiber or train the muscle like in line with the fibers and blah blah blah. Now those people are saying, oh, it might not be as optimal, but there's still value in benching, and people are like, well, you said we shouldn't bench, and like, dude, it's like a bunch of, I don't know how old you are, your boy's 32, but there's a bunch of like early 30s young men or men and like high school aged young men like calling each other out and like beefing in TikTok videos back and forth, and it's just it's like my version of like my wife watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, where it's like this is just such a waste of time, like total bullshit, but I just can't stop watching it, and your boy just has popcorn just munching as this super niche community is at each other's throats. So that's fun. Better than Keenan flaps? Dude, I kind of want to give those a shot, to be honest. The Keenan flaps, I think, was it him that like, the Kelso shrugs? I know like the guy Keenan is on TikTok and stuff, and like he found, or like did the study or like found the study, whatever. I know Keenan flaps are getting some new hotness. Do want to give those a shot and figure out a way to make those work. Obviously we've talked Kelso shrugs before and pretty big fan of those. Gonna keep doing those, probably do those tomorrow actually. And yeah, Jeff's volume is king thing. Like, you just be like living in the gym. It's crazy, but I don't know if I was talking to you or somebody else, but Eric Helms talked about how like for his prep, he was doing, like in the off season, he was doing like 30 sets of muscle group, and he was hitting like lateral raises almost every day or something. I think he was hitting calves every day, and like his overall training volume was like pretty nuts. Like way more. Like I think per muscle group I do like 15 maybe, like between 12 and 15 usually. Like I could not imagine doing 30 like true sets per muscle group per week. I mean, I'm not a natural elite level bodybuilder, but that's just crazy, man. Ugh. Lifting community drama is Kardashians for men was a top comment in one of those videos. Was it really? Dude, I really like basement bodybuilding in his content. And somebody in one of the comments of basement bodybuilding's videos was like, the existence of science-based lifting means that there must be science cringe lifting. And that just sums up like TikTok, like in a nutshell, for the most part. There's an old Nautilus that grabs your forearms for shrugs. Oh, interesting. My opinion is holding the weight is just increasing the lever. I mean, if only I had a barbell, I could hold it out like a broomstick if I was strong. Yeah, dude, if only. If only. Man, all right. We got one more set of these. Axiomatic thinking at its finest. Dude, absolutely. But yeah, the existence of science-based lifting means that there must be science cringe lifting. And dude, spot on. I know I talk about Eric Helms a lot. He actually had a pretty good interview with Eric Helms talking about like how much do genetics actually factor in when it comes to bodybuilding, and like and then it kind of gets into like the nature versus nurture thing. Like, are you set up in an environment to where, you know, all things equal, could an average person be like an elite level bodybuilder, basically? And he gave the example of how, like, in powerlifting, when it was a like young, kind of immature sport, the people that were holding all the records and were like breaking all the records were, you know, men and women like mid to late 30s, basically. And you know, the what's the word I want to, like, the inference people were making was that, like, oh, right, obviously as you get older, more mature in lifting, like more time to get stronger, it makes sense that those individuals that are older might be like holding those records and doing very well. And then like the script totally flipped, and now there's like dudes that are 18 squatting like 800, you know? And like the sport is just getting so popular that now like genetic outliers are gravitating towards, or not genetic outliers, but like people are gravitating towards the sport, and like the overall talent pool is bigger because they're not, it's not super niche anymore, and kind of the same thing is happening with bodybuilding as well. Bro base lifting means bro cringe lifting. Yeah. You think we'll ever get an alignment quadrant for lifting? Seedman would be, I don't know Seedman actually, would be chaotic evil. Who's this? Seedman, YouTuber. Joel Seedman? I don't know this guy. I've never come across this guy. But he has a video that's how he became the most hated man and how he became the most controversial figure in fitness. So, oh, Bowser's Big Bean Burrito. Dude, regardless of time of day, I can always count on you to show up, man. What I really feel is an incomplete conversation, as that advice is only valid if the dude's big. I mean, kind of, right? I think mean, I think there is some validity to, maybe some validity to like, who is delivering the message matters, you know? Like, I could use myself as an example. There was the guy earlier that was like, how do you get carrot-shaped quads? The guy in chat earlier. And I'm not the biggest dude, you know? I don't have a degree in kinesiology or sports science or physical therapy. I don't coach athletes. I've never competed in bodybuilding. So like, at least I like to think I'm self-aware enough to be like, hey dude, there are people way better at this than I am. If you want my opinion as a guy who will be the first to tell you I don't know everything, absolutely. Versus if I was a competitor and I was crazy jacked, and all of those things, maybe there might be more validity to the message, but I'm like above average, you know? So most of the big dudes winning are all hypertrophy focused. Had they maintained their mass beyond sarcopenia, then perhaps there's longevity in their advice. That's true. I'd rather follow the 104-year-old dude doing muscle up instead of an Olympic winner. Dude, I agree, right? I think that's like Peter Attia talks about how like with modern medicine, lifespan is not enough, but now like the shift is more towards like health span, you know, and like, yeah, it's, you know, great to live a long life, but what is the quality of life? You know, do you want to be the 104-year-old guy or gal who's, you know, completely immobile, can't do anything, can't go anywhere, or do you want to be the 104-year-old that's doing muscle ups, you know, going on walks with his dog every day, you know, living a pretty good life, and that health span, or lifespan isn't enough anymore, but health span is the big focus. I already know this is going to be too heavy. This is not going to work. Yeah, opinions are not dialogue focused, and platforms are the worst forums for such conversations. Dude, I agree. I really like your framing of that. Clips. All right, let's get this wrapped up. Metronome. Ooh. Fascia training incoming when you hit 40. What do you mean, like laying on a lacrosse ball? That kind of stuff? I'm curious what you mean by fascia training. Ooh. No clips. I always enjoy our conversations. Thank you for. I know we're at a different time slot. You know, it's like when your favorite after school show gets moved to a new time. So, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. I always enjoy, like I said, I always enjoy our little combos. Because sometimes I feel like, are there other people who are like locked into like some of this YouTube fitness drama and stuff that goes on? You know, like I was trying to tell my wife about the, you know, the Dr. Mike, Jeff Nippard, Solomon Nelson, all that stuff that was going on. And I mean, she listens because like she's a very lovely woman and she cares, and you know, she's great. But I know at the end of the day, she, like, it's just like not her world, you know. It's like not her realm. So it's fun getting to chat about this stuff with you. So, Animal Flow, Pilates, the piece of skin between the lumbar sky, got to keep it supple. Dude, speaking of supple, Kelly Starrett, Becoming a Supple Leopard. I got his book. I do the couch stretch all the time to help with these hips. I also have the hardback of another one of his books upstairs, Desk Bound. And that one helps too. Dude, you told your wife about all the Dr. Mike stuff? Dude, that's so funny. It's funny too because, like, she was so sweet. She knows how it's my only form of entertainment these days. Dude, that is so funny that we can bond over our spouses just, you know, nodding and being supportive of our incredibly niche interests that like nobody else really even cares about outside of like a very small bubble. That's so funny, dude. She sounds like a lovely woman. Supple Leopard, yes sir. When I was, sorry, I was talking to my phone, like this is where the mic was. When I was, this must have been 2016 or so. I don't know if you remember, you know, Mark Bell and Super Training and like Silent Mike and all of them were like, you know, like Barbell Brigade and all of those, like, I feel like in the like powerlifting space, there were people, but then there were also like gyms that were really big. And it was like Barbell Brigade and all those men and women, Super Training, Mark Bell, Silent Mike, all of those dudes, Mark Bell's Powercast, all of those things. Like I would listen to that podcast like every day driving to work when I lived in Austin, and that's how I got introduced to Kelly Starrett, and then got his book, Becoming a Supple Leopard, and then got Desk Bound when that came out, and I was like all about optimizing my training and like my mobility and all that stuff when I was competing. And that was wild. I don't know if you know who Ben Pollock is. Again, super niche individual in an even more niche realm of like powerlifting specifically. But he trained at my gym, and that dude was a fucking monster. And he still is. Now he's transitioned more to bodybuilding. That was crazy. Silent Mike was OG, Bart Kwan too. Yes, sir. All those guys. Omar Isaf, he was one of the OGs as well. Vulcan is suing Gluck. Is he real? Are they really? Damn, that's kind of I mean, if you put out a piece of equipment that's not good, and the guy, you know, does his review, I mean, I guess good on Gluck for, and I like his reviews for the most part. I guess I say for the most part, like there's a negative connotation. I have nothing but good things to say about some of the videos he's put out. That I've watched. I watched so many reviews on the Rogue functional trainer stuff that came out to see if it's worth it. And it's probably not, but I still want it. Just don't know how to justify it. Because it is pretty pricey. Ugh. All right. Last set. We're done. Ooh. Oh, okay. All right, let's get this wheeled out of the way. There we go. I'll put that right there. Oh, long message. Okay. Let's see. I would say yes, but my interest is the holistic take on how he can be sponsor pressured to remove his Kepi 5000 video, but now it's community acceptable to keep the Vulcan flame up. Ah, man, this is beyond my I almost said expertise, but this is not something I have any context for. So I wish I knew what you were talking. I don't even know what a Kepi 5000 is. Oh, that's a sweet tool drawer? Dude, you saying that, I'm gonna tell my wife that you said that, and you are going to make her day. This is a Cobalt, as you can see, from Lowe's. My wife got it for me for Father's Day this year. And obviously we've got the PC and the monitor and keyboard and whatever, but this also holds every Allen wrench I've ever gotten for every fucking piece of furniture I've had to put together in this house. And there's like, just like a million of them in here. And I dropped one. And it's to the point where my best buddies will take, oh, here it is. My buddy today texted me a picture of one of those like tiny screwdrivers that you use to like put together like a mini birdhouse or something. I think he was building something for his kid. And he texted the group chat the picture of the little screwdriver, and he was like, "Hey man, you need this one too? Add it to your collection." So they chip and tear up the bolts. I mean, they're in there for now. I mean, I'm sure one day I'll get rid of them. but it's kind of a meme at this point to where I've just kept so many of them. So they're staying. But yeah, she is very sweet to me. I'm very fortunate. Very, married a very lovely woman. She's the best. So yeah, but dude, it's 8 o'clock. I gotta go eat some dinner, spend time with my, lovely wife, tell her how much she means to me, let her know you're already such a hoarder. It happens, man. It happens. Happens to the best of us. But I gotta get out of here, dude. Spend time with my wife, eat some dinner. Ugh. Fortunately, get ready for one more day of work tomorrow. But dude, it was a pleasure. Always fun chatting with you. Thank you for being here. I'll try and brush up on my Gluck review trauma, and maybe we can chat about it next time. But dude, thank you for being here. As always, everybody else, Twitch, YouTube, thank you so much. It means a lot. This might be the new time slot. We're figuring it out. We'll see. But as always, y'all have been great. You've been the MeatHaus. Have good days. Catch you next time. Happy Wednesday. Finger guns. Toodaloo. Follow the stream. Subscribe on YouTube.